Enver Investment Advisors LLC takes position in Abbott Laboratories, ABT. Denver Investment Advisors LLC purchased a new stake in shares of Abbott Laboratories, NYSE ABT, during the fourth quarter, according to its most recent disclosure with the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC. The institutional investor purchased 322,484 shares of the healthcare product maker's stock, valued at approximately $12,387,000. Other large investors also recently modified their holdings of the company. Patent Group Incorporated increased its position in shares of Abbott Laboratories by 66.0% in the third quarter. Patent Group Incorporated now owns 2,516 shares of the healthcare product maker's stock valued at $103,000 after buying an additional 1,000 shares in the last quarter. Quán Trà Sữa increased its position in shares of Abbott Laboratories by 3.7% in the third quarter. Quán Trà Sữa now owns 2,584 shares of the healthcare product maker's stock valued at $109,000 after buying an additional 91 shares in the last quarter. Guidant Wealth Advisors purchased a new position in shares of Abbott Laboratories during the third quarter valued at approximately $130,000. Brud Ehrman Asset Management LLC increased its position in shares of Abbott Laboratories by 0.3% in the third quarter. Brud Ehrman Asset Management LLC now owns 3,124 shares of the healthcare product maker's stock valued at $132,000 after buying an additional 10 shares in the last quarter. Finally, Aprime Advisors increased its position in shares of Abbott Laboratories by 4.2% in the third quarter. Aprime Advisors now owns 3,419 shares of the healthcare product maker's stock valued at $145,000 after buying an additional 139 shares in the last quarter. Institutional investors and hedge funds own 62.20% of the company's stock. Shares of Abbott Laboratories, NYSE ABT, opened at $42.67 on Monday. Abbott Laboratories has a 12-month low of $36.76 and a 12-month high of $45.84. The firm's 50-day moving average is $44.76 and its 200-day moving average is $41.60. The company has a market cap of $73.73 billion, a P/E ratio of 45.54 and a beta of 0.97. Abbott Laboratories, NYSE ABT, last released its quarterly earnings data on Wednesday, January 25. The healthcare product maker reported 65 cents earnings per share, EPS, for the quarter, beating analysts' consensus estimates of 64 cents by 1 cent. Abbott Laboratories had a net margin of 6.71% and a return on equity of 15.74%. The firm had revenue of $5.33 billion for the quarter, compared to analysts' expectations of $5.41 billion. During the same quarter in the previous year, the company earned 62 cents earnings per share. The company's revenue for the quarter was up 2.8% compared to the same quarter last year. On average, equities research analysts predict that Abbott Laboratories will post $2.45 earnings per share for the current year. The business also recently announced a quarterly dividend, which will be paid on Monday, May 15. Stockholders of record on Friday, April 14 will be paid a dividend of $0.265 per share. This represents a $1.06 dividend on an annualized basis and a dividend yield of 2.48%. The ex-dividend date of this dividend is Tuesday, April 11. Abbott Laboratories' payout ratio is 113.98%. Several brokerages have commented on ABT. The Street upgraded shares of Abbott Laboratories from a C+ rating to AB rating in a research report on Wednesday, March 8. Cowen & Company reiterated a buy rating on shares of Abbott Laboratories in a report on Thursday. BMO Capital Markets downgraded shares of Abbott Laboratories from an outperform rating to a market perform rating and set a $48 price target for the company. In a report on Tuesday, March 14. Jefferies Group LLC reiterated a buy rating and set a $52 price target, up from $51, on shares of Abbott Laboratories in a report on Saturday, March 11. Finally, Zacks Investment Research upgraded shares of Abbott Laboratories from a sell rating to a hold rating in a report on Tuesday, April 4. One investment analyst has rated the stock with a sell rating, 3 have given a hold rating and 12 have issued a buy rating to the company. Abbott Laboratories has a consensus rating of buy and a consensus target price of $49.33. In other news, VP Robert E. Funk sold 25,500 shares of Abbott Laboratories stock in a transaction dated Thursday, February 23. The shares were sold at an average price of $45.50, for a total transaction of $1,160,250. Following the sale, the vice president now owns 117,579 shares of the company's stock, valued at approximately $5,349,844.50. The sale was disclosed in a legal filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission, which is available at the SEC website. Also, insider Heather L. Mason sold 35,700 shares of Abbott Laboratories stock in a transaction dated Tuesday, January 31. The shares were sold at an average price of $40.77, for a total transaction of $1,455,489. Following the sale, the insider now directly owns 100,189 shares in the company, valued at approximately $4,084,705.53. The disclosure for this sale can be found here. Insiders have sold a total of 78,592 shares of company stock worth $3,400,139 in the last 90 days. Insiders own 0.26% of the company's stock. Abbott Laboratories Company Profile. Abbott Laboratories is engaged in the discovery, development, manufacture and sale of a range of healthcare products. The company operates through 4 segments: established pharmaceutical products, diagnostic products, nutritional products, and vascular products. Its established pharmaceutical products include a range of branded generic pharmaceuticals manufactured around the world and marketed and sold outside the United States.